Good evening, and thank you for joining us here at the One Bit at a Time podcast. I'm your host today, Girthworm Jim, the Leo with the heart of a savage, a Casanova, something that you possibly would take home to mom, and she would make a life decision. Also, my fellow co-host, the one and only, the most beautiful ox in the game, and had to shorten it just to have everyone else catch up. The one and only, Mr. Beowulf.
I cry every night thinking about my hair.
That's some real shit. And the one and only, the one that can't be tamed, the one that fires all over villages across the land, Mr. Draco.
Yeah.
Okay.
Capcom Village is gonna get a rude awakening very soon. But today is a different day.
So yeah, welcome back. Another week, another podcast. Right now, we're gonna kind of hop right into things. Pop off this gaming news. First on the docket, first on the rundown. Elden Ring leak, fellas. How did you feel about what you saw? And do you feel it's legit?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's legit.
It's super legit.
there's been more elaborate fakes, but this one, just what they shown, what we know, this is real.
Yes. FromSoft, at least their Dark Soulsian division, is a leaky bitch. They usually leak at least a year or 6 months ahead of time.
Really?
So, yes. Sekiro, no leaks. Bloodborne, leaked. It's called Project Beast or something. Dark Souls 3, pretty sure that leaked. And I think Dark Souls 2 super leaked.
That's all accurate.
So, yeah.
All right, then.
And
go ahead.
Armor Core does not leak because Armor Core doesn't exist anymore, and that makes
me very sad. I miss Armor Core so much, you guys.
That is a bummer because I know, again, like you said, I can already tell by how you guys are reacting to it that was a loved game. People really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah. It was part of my childhood. I know that's a lot of games for me, but
put a lot of time. Yeah. That's a game. That's a type of game that will never be, that needs to be like. And, it's a shame, but yeah. Elden Ring. That footage is super fucking real. It's so real that it's scary because it's scary that it doesn't look as good as Demon Souls Remastered.
Really?
I think we talked about this before after Demon Souls Remastered came out, and I don't know what your consensus was, but my conclusion that I came to was there's no way the next game's going to look as good as Demon Souls Remastered.
Yes. There's no way it's going to look that good. I am eagerly waiting the moment when they realize that it doesn't look that good and everyone else realizes that it doesn't look that good. And then people start asking, why didn't you make it look that good?
Because we're saving it for a remaster.
I mean, they're saving a lot of money, that's for sure, because all of those assets are pretty much reused.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't want to call it an asset flip, but if you took that horse riding out of that leaks, that'd be a fucking asset flip.
Okay.
Actually, well, there are 2 or 3 things that are actually brand spanking new. Sneaking, fucking new. A dedicated jump button is super new, and horse riding is very new. So, we'll see. We'll see. Because those are really good and really easy and things that are in other fucking real games. So
Like, this is
we'll
definitely
see if anything.
maybe
Go ahead.
not new is the right word, but they're experimenting in terms of what gameplay they want to do, and that's pretty good in and of itself.
Yes. I'm curious how the demon-esque online is going to work.
Not well, I'll tell you that for free.
Exactly.
Well, real quick, kind of
Um,
bouncing back to the legitimacy of the leaks. I guess on Monday, Bandai Namco, am I saying that right? Yeah.
yes,
Trademarked
correct.
Bandai Namco Next, which could be the publisher's own showcase happening soon, which would feature Elden
Correct.
Ring. So, but they haven't
Right.
responded though to comment.
That would make sense considering how long they have waited to show anything, and they still technically have not.
Right.
Correct. And for them to have their own show makes it sound like they have more than just Elden Ring to show. Because it would be kind of stupid for them to have an entire conference to show one game. Like, this isn't Smash, this is the first look at Elden Ring proper. At least gameplay. Even though we've already seen it.
I mean,
And
Bandai.
the leaks are clearly the trailer, so
Yeah, Bandai
go ahead.
Namco has stuff. They're not like other companies where they stopped making games. They're still making plenty of different, well-known, well-loved franchises.
Right.
Oh, I know they make a shit ton of games. I'm isn't Harada a part of Bandai Namco?
Wow, I am blanking really hard. Yes, he is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Harada, friend of the show. That's his wheelhouse. So anything Tekken, which I doubt there's going to be anything Tekken other than Tekken 8. Oh my god, Tekken 8. Or Tekken Cross Street Fighter.
No, that's not coming out,
Um,
man. That's not happening.
Man.
but they are obligated to make a third. Are they not?
I don't know if they are not.
Pretty sure they made a deal for 3 games and they went back and forth and then fucking what's his name fucked it up. So we'll see. But yes, they Bandai Namco makes a shit ton of anime games. I'm sure one day we will have an entire podcast dedicated to them because they're big.
Mm-hmm.
They're big boys. So yeah, they're not really on my radar, so I'd have to look up what's possibly in the pipeline. I'd have to, check with some sources. But yeah, we'll see. But this Elden Ring thing, this is from it's FromSoft, so yeah, we'll see what Miyazaki has in store for us. But yeah, this leak is super real. It's literally going to be the trailer that we see at this show.
Right.
100%. All right. So up next, Alien Fireteam.
It looks fucking fantastic.
Yeah. It's been 10 years, not 10 games. It's been 10 years since Colonial Marines. So it's been a long time since a Alien game has come out. So people are very nervous and very excited and very nervous. But this looks good. It is... There have been talks that there are 20 different types of enemies, 11 different xenomorphs. That makes me happy. If you look frame by frame in the footage, which I have, you'll see at least 6 of them. So I'm very excited about this. The people shooting look stupid as fuck, but I'm not going to complain about that. Let that go. It's clearly not a high budget game. Aliens.
Yeah, the
look good,
aliens.
though.
I agree.
The environment looks good. This is basically the this is the companion piece to Predator Hunting Grounds, kind of. We'll see if you get to play an alien, or maybe be the alien queen and controlling where all the aliens go or how they're spawning. That would be so sick.
That'd be nutty.
But yeah, third person shooter. You're shooting probably one of the best sci-fi enemies that ever be created. So I hope it's good. It looks good enough.
I picked up the
We'll
Fortnite
see.
skin, so you know something's coming.
Good
But
on you, Jim.
they
That's
did release the the Xenomorph skin. It's badass. But
Nothing like mowing down people as an alien with a machine gun.
right.
Yes.
I will say this: we need more co-ops. We need more of these, 3 or 4 player co-ops, man. They're a lot of fun, and
No, we
you don't
don't.
think so?
No, we don't.
I believe so.
The market is saturated with third 3-man fire team bullshit. It's saturated.
Yeah, but not in the sense to where it's like
It's
like this game particularly set up.
well, that game probably has like a story and stuff.
I guess that's what
know?
I'm getting at. I
That's
want
the
more of a story. I guess what I'm getting at. I'd like to see more of these co-op story games.
Okay, because the market is filled with trash that has no story, like Overwatch and Fall Guys and Battleborns and fucking League and God, so much shit.
Let's just cut out the middleman and say what we actually want. We want more Left 4 Dead. That's what we want.
Pretty much.
I want my single player back.
Oh, he wants that.
Okay, that's fair.
But with multiplayer, I want to be able to put somebody in the Dick Grayson suit. Yeah, that's fine. But I do want my Batman RPG. Anyway, and I also want my KOTOR. So, KOTOR 3, but it's not happening. KOTOR 3 player. Yeah, boy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'll
you
be
can
sweet.
experience it right now. It's called The Old Republic. Hey, hey. I'm so goddamn tired, bro.
But no, the aliens
Fuck
look really good. I mean, and like you said, aside from the guns and the shooting, the aliens look creepy enough. When the waves run out, these little crawly. Oh man, I'm cool on that. That freaks me out, and that's how I want to feel while I'm trying to mow these things down. And so I'm excited for it.
Oh yeah. And there are plenty of enemy types. We see some Praetorians, If shout out to the top-down battle strategy, I believe it was Alien versus Predator Extinction, where you got to play as the aliens, the Marines, and the Predators. And there are 3 different campaigns, and I fucking love that game so much. Completely voiced over by Kakashi Sensei. So good.
Going back to
yeah.
this. So, did you know that they're running classes? There's 5 classes, I guess.
Yeah, there's 5 classes for the humans. Whoopty. Yeah.
Hear the excitement. It's like Godzilla. No one comes.
Hunting Grounds had.
It's like Godzilla. No one comes for the humans. They all come for the giant monster.
Yeah,
it's true.
Hey, I get a game where I get to shoot at the Predator. Hey, I get a game where I get to shoot at the aliens. All I want is the game where I play as one or the other and fight the other. That's it. That's it. Humans are mobs, okay? That's all they are. They're mobs.
It's cool. Oh.
Oh my god, if Alien Queen was a fucking playable character in League, and you just had the little hatchlings, and they went and they fucking killed all the creep and jungled for you.
Dude, that's
Just had a
said
fucking...
that. There's a character like that on Heroes of the Storm, just like that. It doesn't look like Alien, but like, yeah, it has hatchlings that go out and beats up all the minions and stuff, just like that.
Top is fed. That's all I'm going to say.
Top is not fed because he keeps walking into the other lane.
He keeps getting ganked. That's what happened. He got a bad jump. Now he's just getting picked on.
See, we actually know the terminology, so this bit doesn't
Yeah,
work.
he should have fucking warded. Like, it's his fault for not warding. Fuck him. Yeah.
Bitch, you died once. Ward something. Get your CS up.
Fucking wards are free now. Fucking take it. Anyway.
Blue buff for feed.
All right, anyway. Ooh. Tracking our feed. Anyway. Moving on to... Oh, well, since we mentioned Fall Guys finally acquired by Epic Games. And that is the best. All right, cashing in and getting the fuck out.
Yes, sir. That's what it is.
Epic Games is not here to sell your game. They're here to sell Fortnite, and that's it.
Pretty much.
So they bought the competition, and yeah.
Honestly, good on the Fall Guys people, because they got right at the end of the Battle Royale bubble.
Yes, they did.
Right before it popped.
Mm-hmm.
God, what are the kids playing nowadays? Give me a minute.
Get ready for that Fall Guys skin in Fortnite. They're playing fucking...
Oh, no, they're playing...
Oh, God, no. They're not playing Fortnite. They're playing Among Us.
That might be on the same kind of boat here soon as well. I haven't heard much on that.
No, fuck that. Yeah, Among Us is not gonna give up what they got. They've got so much more room to grow, and they are such a niche, loving property. Oh, that's
smart though.
Fall Guys was gonna die off eventually, but I don't see Among Us cashing in anytime soon.
Right now they're exploring a crossplay version too, so we'll see if they could try to revitalize a little bit of what they got going. I think there's a lot of kids on Xbox who would have loved to play that game. They might be a little too late though.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if they did Fall Guys mobile, I mean, there you go.
Shit, yeah. I mean, that's all. Yeah, you'll probably be just fine. Kids played on their tablets. Never have to talk to them again.
Yep, it's the secret to true success. Work with the kids, make it free, put it on mobile devices.
That's it.
Accessible. Just make it very, very, very accessible.
That's the business plan, and it's a smart one.
Now, of course, it's also got to be good. That's the bit that executives always miss, but...
Right. But see, Fall Guys is good at that because you don't have to have any skill whatsoever. Like, you can't get mad at getting shot in the back because there's no guns in Among Us. So it's definitely for a younger audience than Fortnite. You know, for the child who doesn't want to be around guns, Fall Guys. There you go.
But it does get pretty damn competitive if you're an adult. Like, if you're like at a friend's house and you guys are drinking, it is one of the most fun drinking games I've played in a while.
Oh yeah, those toddlers aren't getting crowns.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Oh no, they are crushed. They shall be crushed. There are men who need crowns.
And to be fair, anything can be competitive if you get a bunch of guys drinking.
This is true. All right. Is there any other gaming
Crash Bandicoot is going to be on mobile. I guess they're bringing back. Remember Temple Run? Remember those running sprinters? So that's their version. They're going to make one of those. Remember when those games were popping? I used to love Temple Run, dude.
Yes. why did they make a Lara Croft Temple Run?
Why didn't
game?
they? Isn't
I
that
don't know.
crazy?
Why ban?
Oh, they did.
Yeah, they did, and it was popular. Yeah, it was. They did. It was popular, and it's like, really? You couldn't make a Bandicoot one now? Back
Right.
then?
But I will
Anyway.
say, from the screenshots that I am seeing of this mobile game, it looks for Crash Bandicoot spot on. Like it looks just like their levels. It looks like it's going to be a fun little play, and it's simple. But I'm not paying for it. That's all I got.
All right. And was there a Diablo 2 news?
No, it wasn't.
No?
I like you said, they got to earn it.
Diablo 2 looks like Diablo 2.
Activision
Congrats.
Blizzard does things. Sky is blue.
Oh, have any of you guys seen any of that Outrider
I have
footage?
not, but apparently, from what I have heard, it's better than people were thinking.
Yes, it is exceptionally
Really?
better
No, I
than people
haven't
were
heard
thinking.
anything about it.
Demo is out. If you play the demo, your progress is saved and carries on
Always
into the actual
appreciate it.
game. There are no loot boxes. It is not a games as a service. It is a third-person shooter RPG with classes and levels and gear. And apparently the story is not bad.
Really? Who was this made by?
So I think it's a brand new studio.
No, it's People Can Fly.
Oh, what did they make before this?
Painkiller, Bulletstorm.
Oh, Bulletstorm. I love what they tried to do. I didn't mind that game too much at all.
I mean, this compared to Bulletstorm is a very large leap. Like this is a big leap compared to
but
Bulletstorm.
see, we got that 1 to 3 player drop in kind of feel though, man.
Yep, we do. Like I said, we're fucking saturated in it. Fucking drowning in it. But it looks like it's one of the good ones. So we might check that out.
Quite possibly.
Maybe.
We'll see. I'm sure it'll get very competitive.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm tired boy.
We're all tired boys tonight.
A little bit of wee bit of comic book news. We were talking mad love for Static last time, and yeah, DC and Milestone have finally combined forces once again, and there will be 3 new Milestone character comics. I believe it is Static, Hardwire, and there's one more. It's a duo. I forget what they're called though. I don't know who the fuck they're called, but apparently they're good. All I know is that the villain in that universe one of the villains has the most hilarious name ever, and he showed up in Young Justice, and he was hilarious there too.
Oh, the couple is Icon and Rocket.
Okay. There it is. Rocket. That's right, Rocket. Yes, Icon and Rocket. You will never guess what the villain name of the probably the main villain in the comics and the Milestone comic, DC comics, whatever. His name is fucking Holocaust.
Oh my god,
that's his fucking name.
What?
That's Holocaust.
That's very 90s.
Fucking Edgelord McEdgy, who apparently is like Black Magneto in that universe now. Yeah, his fucking villain name is Holocaust.
Very 90s.
100%.
Super 90s.
Jeez.
Speaking of the 90s, Avatar Studio. Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Speaking of the 90s, what?
Well, I mean, speaking of things outside of their time. Speaking of, you do a better
Holy
fucking
force
transit.
segue, Batman.
Holy force segue.
Speaking of things that are out of date.
There you go.
Speaking of hitting the fucking iron while it's ice cold, Avatar Studios, not Nintendo, God, Nickelodeon has decided that the Avatar universe needs to be explored and expanded upon. All of a sudden, now that the creators have left to do fucking Dragon Prince, what the fuck?
This has to be in response to like that Netflix live action, whatever they were doing, or I don't even know what the fuck was going on.
Well, that's the thing. The Netflix live action version basically was like the creators were working on it, and then the creators left that project because they're like, nah, it doesn't really jive with our vision. And now I don't even know if that Netflix thing is going to get off the ground.
Maybe that's what it is the entire time. Maybe they've always wanted to do this, but the Avatar people were like, no, we don't want you to do this to our franchise.
Well, obviously, yeah. I mean, so they wanted to make a. This is just stupid. I mean, it's just stupid. Like, I could understand if like they were dead, or if they were giving up, but they are literally around still doing stuff. So why would you take the thing that they created and go, we're gonna make a big, big, fat fucking universe all about it 10 years after its popularity has completely waned? Like, what the fuck are you thinking? Yes, all of us Avatar fans want more Avatar, but we're not gonna accept trash Avatar from people who don't know those characters. Like, if they fuck this up, and they probably will fuck this up, they will destroy that Avatar franchise, and all of this is going to be gone. And it's like, you are playing with fucking fire right now.
I mean, I agree. Like I said, usually you strike when the iron's hot, and it's just kind of a weird move now. Because I go ahead.
Because when the iron was hot, they were like, okay, we're cutting your budget, and you only have one season. Go. Oh, you did a good job? Okay, we're cutting your budget in half again, but you got to make another season, so you have to completely make a brand new storyline that barely ties in with the last one. Go. And they do that 2 more times, and fuck over Korra, and make the creators want to fucking leave, and
That's
they
because
do.
Korra didn't sell enough toys, right?
And now they care?
That's because Korra didn't sell enough toys, right?
I don't
that's pretty much it, man.
Like, hey,
how can Korra sell more toys if literally her first season comes out online before it comes out on fucking TV? You're right. You're goddamn right.
No, but shut up.
Nickelodeon, bunch of fuckwads.
I don't know. I think Nickelodeon's panicking, to be honest. I say it for this reason, you know. How long? What? SpongeBob ended how long ago?
It ended when I stopped watching.
But like officially,
I'll look up the actual answer for you, Jim.
I think there was like what, maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago, or something like that. But that was like their bread and butter, their merchandise. They're like, if anybody could do it, SpongeBob could. Now that he's retired. Go ahead.
No, keep going.
Now that that's gone,
I think I know the answer.
I don't know. I can't think of another staple thing that Nickelodeon can hold its name to that keeps it to where it's like, oh yeah, that's right. They have that. Like, I can't think of any show like that. And I know that I'm an adult and I don't watch Nickelodeon like that, but you still hear of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, when something's popular on Nickelodeon, you will be made sure of it. What is now? Nothing. So like
they're going in the way of Cartoon Network now. And all of us remember back in the day, there were the three gods of television. There were Cartoon Network, then one channel over, Disney, and then one channel over.
We really had a wonderful childhood when it comes in terms of that. What?
Found the answer.
What's the answer?
Still going.
SpongeBob is still going?
Yep, they released new episodes last October.
Oh, shit. I thought they retired. All right. Oh, shit.
Craig. Shit. Yeah.
No way.
What's their schedule look like?
It's like any other Nickelodeon cartoon, Cartoon Network cartoon, all of them. Hey, they do 2 to 6 episodes a year.
No. I mean, for Nickelodeon, what does their schedule look like?
Oh, their program schedule?
Yeah. Yeah. Because I remember me and Bayo, he showed me the Cartoon Network schedule one time. Oh, dear God. I wanted to cry.
Put a tear in your eye, didn't it?
I cried.
Yeah, dude.
No, you need to see it because you need to understand.
I don't know if I still have that picture.
I'm sure you could find that picture.
It was all heaters. It was all like just...
No.
I'll find it.
Wait, are you talking about a recent Cartoon Network?
I'm talking about if you had the book of all the shows coming out and you looked at all the shows that were coming on that day.
There it is. There it is.
Oh my God, put that shit in the fucking chat right now.
Yep.
So, Jim, you remember this show called Teen Titans Go, right?
Oh, yeah. One of my favorite shows.
How popular do you think that show was?
When it was playing?
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I saw that shit all the time.
Oh, did you?
You're going to want to look at the Discord chat right now.
Let me see if I can zoom in.
Enhance. What year was this?
It should say 2017.
Oh my God. It's probably still like this.
What?
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Is that real?
That's 100% real.
Yeah. That's 100%.
What?
Now, this is admittedly more extreme than it usually is, but not by much. Usually there's like 1 or 2 other shows that play the entire week, and then it's that.
I felt
there,
it's funny,
there's
dude.
no
I
Friday
felt like
premieres,
I saw it all the time.
Yeah, I did.
Oh
you did.
my.
Now, if you scroll down, you will see Steven Universe.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like
and that was the new hot shit at the time.
Yeah, like the 30 minutes you get a Steven Universe in your week.
Dude,
and you know that was a rerun too.
Crazy.
There are not enough Teen Titan Go episodes for these all to even be new. For them all to be different.
That's all they
they're
own.
Not. You can see freaking Night Begins to Shine, whatever that is, show up twice. Not to mention Teen Titans Go Island Adventures.
Oh man.
Was this a Christmas marathon?
This was a Christmas marathon, yes.
But it lasted the entire week.
Yep.
Oh shit, dude.
But yeah, it used to, dude, they pushed Teen Titans Go in your fucking face. That's all there ever is. That's all there ever was. For a while, for pretty much the year, it used to look like this.
Yeah, I'm looking at what they look like nowadays, and it's a lot more sane. But yeah,
Probably not by
It's
much.
unreal that it even got that bad, to where they literally just was like, dude, forget it. I don't give a shit about this week. Someone got fired that week. Someone got fired that
maybe
week, dude. Someone quit that week, dude.
someone got promoted that week.
Or got promoted. That doesn't, dude. That is the most like ludicrous thing I've seen.
Yeah, that's why kids can't. That's why you shouldn't have your kids fucking watch TV, because that's what they're fucking throwing. That's what they're shoving down your fucking throat right now. This should be the picture for this week for the podcast.
Teen Titans. Whoa.
There it is. But yeah, basically Nickelodeon is just this, but SpongeBob.
That reminds me, the initial thing was me looking up the freaking Nickelodeon program schedule. Give me a minute.
Right.
That's true.
Shit.
Oh, that's not better.
That's not better.
Let me make sure it's up to date. Okay, that can't be right.
No one told me they remastered Assassin's Creed 3. The fuck?
Oh yeah,
What?
that happened. Everyone didn't care.
I love that game.
I love that game too, but yeah, no. I did everything I wanted to do in that game.
Oh. So.
Played the first fucking 8 hours, and then finally got to play Connor, and then now maxed out everything, so fuck that game.
All right, tell them how you feel. He said, "Fuck that."
Yeah. Well, while you're looking up that, yeah, dude. Yeah, when was your Avatar boner when this shit was going on? Because I'm pretty sure 2017, people were fucking loving Avatar then too. People will always love Avatar. Anyway, do you guys remember that Super Bowl when they tried to trick all of these SpongeBob fans that there was going to be a SpongeBob tribute to the creator of SpongeBob, and they teased that they were going to have a tribute and they didn't do it?
Oh no! How? Wow! How classic!
Yeah. Oh
What?
yeah.
That all right. I actually do have to play devil's advocate on this one. Was that really them tricking people, or was that people hyping themselves up for something that was never going to exist?
That was them tricking people, because they showed about 10 seconds of actual SpongeBob footage, and people were going to go, oh, so they're playing the song that's in SpongeBob as a tribute to the creator of SpongeBob. But no, fucking whoever the fuck, nobody that the halftime show started with that year came on, like literally edited. They literally cut from the SpongeBob footage and went to this fucking dude, and he did not sing the song that they all thought that was going to be sung. So they were talking about doing something on Twitter, like literally the Super Bowl Twitter was talking about, hey, we've got something special worked out for you guys. Yeah, they were so desperate for views that they tried to trick SpongeBob fans into watching the Super Bowl.
Oh wow! And also, I remember the NFL had done a deal with Nickelodeon, and during some of the games throughout the season, on your screen it would be slime view, and the end zones would be covered in slime on your TV, and like anytime we get a first downs, freaking SpongeBob things happen. It was just like, what is going on right now?
I guess they were playing for the marketing the NFL to kids.
Listen,
because
kids
don't want to get fucking CTD.
CTE?
Don't want to get fucking CTE. Yeah.
dude, and it got so bad. It's in Madden, the football game. So they did a SpongeBob crossover with that.
Jesus.
Where like you can get SpongeBob themed uh, football pads and like shoes, and it's like, what the fuck is this? This
No.
feels like we are held in prison and have a huge ass TV on, and all we can see is just fucking SpongeBob all day, just one episode, over and over and over and over. Like it was like that kind of forcing it down your throat, or that's what it felt like anyway.
It should not be this hard to find a freaking program schedule for a children's entertainment network.
I mean, they were probably embarrassed by this becoming viral, so. Or, I mean, the first thing you showed, they're probably embarrassed by that, so they do not put up their fucking schedule anymore.
Right.
Fuck it. Who cares?
Yeah,
It's
that's
TV.
where I'm at. Who cares?
Who cares? Fuck it. Let's talk about Konami.
Freaking ruin my search results.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, Konami.
All right. Craig. Smash.
All right, so let's get the most obvious thing out of the way. Let's talk about Konami and what they have recently done.
Haha!
Last year, Konami released how many games, guys? You want to guess?
I'm gonna go with 2.
4.
You were both very close. Jim wins without going over. It was 5.
All right.
And that was Skilla Attack, whatever that is. E-Football 2021. E-Baseball 2021, which I'm pretty sure is Japan only. Something called, let me look up this name one more time.
So they didn't release any real games, is what you're saying.
Skeleton Attack might be a real game. You don't know. What was the other game they made?
Did they make another game?
Baseball, football. I guess one. I saw one more.
Soccer? Or is that the football?
That's the football.
Hockey?
Still not that. Okay, hold on. So, Skill Attack, eFootball PES 2021, eFootball eBaseball Powerful Pro Base 2020, Japan only, Skill Attack on a different platform, Castlevania. This is one more they did. Super Bomberman R Online. Oh yeah, that's why I couldn't find it. Momotaro Dentetsu Showa Heisei Reiwa Mo Taiban. Japan only.
Okay, how many of them are Japan only? Out of that
3
5.
of the 5.
Oh my!
3 of the 5.
Wow.
Okay, so they don't do worldwide releases anymore. So they did 2 games last year.
Basically.
Damn it! Right.
Now, it was a pandemic year.
True.
I bet you they did more that year than they did in 2019. I can almost guarantee they did more in 2020 than they did in 2019.
No, they did more in 2019.
Yeah, but how much more?
Let me pull up
That.
I'm gonna skip over the Japan only. All right.
Yeah. Skip over Japan only.
So they did a mobile release of Beatmania. They did anniversary corrections. They did Contra Rogue Core.
Not collections.
Okay, Rogue Core.
Actual games.
Rogue Core is not a collection.
Okay, Rogue Core. That's 1.
It's hard to look because they do these by year. Here we go. Wait, that's arcade. I didn't include any of the arcade stuff. They did more arcade stuff. I can say that.
It's an arcade. It doesn't count.
Japan only. Pro Evolution Soccer. Is Grimoire of Souls? That's mobile, whatever that is.
Yeah, that super doesn't fucking count.
Collection. Oh, here you go. Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist. So they did the same amount if we're not including Japanese releases, because they did more if we do include that.
So fuck Konami. And, like, when we talk about the worst video game studios, Konami is runner-up for possibly the worst.
Well,
like the actual worst.
It's really the worst for one simple reason, in my opinion, and that's because they are a video game company that does not make video games anymore, but they do have video game IPs, and they are holding them hostage for all intents and purposes.
That is true. It's insane. So how do we want to handle this? Because they used to make Castlevania. They do not make Castlevanias anymore.
The good, the bad, and the ugly?
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah. What they made that was good, what they made that was bad, and then, I don't know, the Pachinko.
Oh, God. Well, I mean, I feel like we have to start from the beginning. It's hard because it centers all around one franchise, and that one franchise exposed them to be the monsters that they are. Motherfucker, we gotta talk about Metal Gear.
We're talking about Metal Gear. Or specifically, we're talking about Kojima.
We're talking about Konami and Kojima.
Same thing, basically.
Well, that's the thing. It's not the same thing. Not anymore.
Well, yes, back then, in the context of this whole thing, it was the same thing until Metal Gear Solid 5, but we'll get there.
Yes. All right, so in a world where Konami made games before there were 3D, there was Metal Gear.
On the MSX.
And then on the MSX. And then, fast forward, there was Metal Gear Solid for the PlayStation. It is a classic PlayStation game. Classic. It is one of the first PlayStation games with, like, an actual story, cutscenes, full voice acting.
That was really big back then.
Yeah, it was super big. Full 3D models, super big at the time. And it was stealth action. And had a fucking bomber of a soundtrack too. Like, it was like if Final Fantasy VII was the big bang of Japanese video games, Metal Gear Solid was like the planets forming together. Like, it was the next step in video game evolution. And that game was directed by Hideo Kojima. And Hideo Kojima is a American film lover of Hollywood and I mean, I don't know if we're going to debate on this, but I feel pretty confident in saying a actual genius.
I would agree with that.
All right, we can agree on that. He is an actual genius when it comes to... Go ahead.
Also really, really likes David Bowie.
Oh, yeah. Fucking a David Bowie stan, this man. Which, you know, David Bowie at the time was pretty big. So,
Hey, it just is notable when you look at some of his aesthetics.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. And well, he made one, and Metal Gear Solid Shadow Moses was one of the most popular games ever made. It made Konami shit tons of money. Like Konami overnight became the Metal Gear company. Ever since then, they've been talking about making a Metal Gear movie, which will never happen. And no matter who you think is attached to it, it will not happen. I don't care how much concept art you see. I don't care how many actors are attached. I don't care if they may have a director for it. That shit will never fly. And that is because Metal Gear Solid 1 is the first video game that transcends movies. Up until that point, when you're talking about a game, you're like, hey, this should become a movie. Fuck that. From then, it's like, wow. Games are now better and can tell a better story than movies can. Like, and that was just the one. That was just Metal Gear. That was Metal Gear Shadow Moses. That was the first.
Metal Gear Solid.
He went on to make Metal Gear Solid. Excuse me. And then he went on to make Metal Gear Solid 2. Where, in no uncertain terms, he predicted 9/11, he predicted the internet, and a whole bunch of other shit.
He predicted memes.
He predicted memes.
That one's not even really a joke.
It's not a joke. He literally predicted memes and their importance. And also he predicted 9/11.
Which made it a problem when 9/11 happened during production.
Yes. Yes, 9/11 happened at the very end of production, so they had to completely rewrite the ending scene. And I'm pretty sure he predicted the BP oil spill as well, pretty much, yeah?
In a way,
that was a plot point. And that was basically a plot point of the game. And he was like... So he was on a hot streak at that point. He was... I believe at that point he was Genius Code Jumbo. Or was he Genius Code Jumbo after 3?
It was around 4.
Right. It was around 4.
It depends on what you mean by Genius Code Jumbo.
I mean, he was so popular that he was being memed. That...
little after 1, and pretty much up until 4.
Right. So, how this ties into Konami is that, oh, this is our most successful game creator that we have right now because we treated all of our other game creators like shit and they're leaving. So they give this man a lot of money and a lot of time to do what he needs to do. And Kojima, not the most financially savvy guy. I'll say that much.
Reed, he wastes money like a freaking analogy that I can't think of right now.
I wouldn't say that he wastes money, but he puts a lot of R&D into ideas that sometimes don't go anywhere.
There is a lot of music he did not need for some of his video games.
This is also true. He likes to pay for music to have it made, and then he decides that he doesn't put the music in the game, which is also very weird. But he's very particular about that, too. Mm-hmm. And when he puts music in the game, the music is fucking incredible. So...
Probably the Metal Gear Solid 5, probably the most brilliant use of the man who sold the world.
This is true. So yeah. So then he is tasked to make Metal Gear Solid 3. And he himself, in his heart, is like, this will be my last one. This will be the one that I ended on.
This will be a recurring
He was
theme.
he kind of wanted 2 to be the last one.
Kind of wanted 1 to be the only one.
That's also true. This is a recurring theme. But I think he stated the most forcefully that he wanted 3 to be the last at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And he made 3, and 3 was a prequel to all of the other games. Metal Gear Solid 3 is the best game you can play on a Sony system, bar none, without question. It has the best story. It has some of the best systems. It has a godlike soundtrack. It is one of the greatest experiences you could have as a game.
There's actually anecdotal here. There was one point where I had a friend, and I straight up just was like, "Hey, watch all of the cutscenes to Metal Gear Solid 3," and it's a legit movie if you just watch it that way.
Yes. It is. I mean, and that's not playing it, the game. The game itself, playing it, is a masterpiece. That gameplay is a masterful. The moment to moment gameplay is masterful. The escalation, the everything, everything. We can talk about the bad and weird shit. We will eventually. But make no mistake, that game is a masterpiece. So he went from, all right, I made a groundbreaking game, to, hey, I made a groundbreaking game, to, hey, I made the groundbreaking fucking game. He's 3 for 3 at this point. And then he's like, I'm done. And Konami goes, no, the fuck you're not. Now, I'm not exactly sure when Poops comes into play.
Poops was in since 1, man.
Instance 1?
Since 1.
Okay, since 1. All right. So, yeah, there were mobile games that he looked over, and there was a card game that was a mobile game. Don't worry about these things. That's just Konami taking the Metal Gear franchise and trying to make as much money off of it as possible at that point. But then 4 happens. And he makes 4. He makes 4 such a conclusion, such a finale, such a swan song, that it is unthinkable to make something after it. He wraps everything up.
That game literally has like a half-hour long epilogue.
It has like an hour-long epilogue.
You know what? You're right. It is like an hour-long epilogue of just cutscenes.
It's like a 2-hour-long epilogue, because you do have to sit through the credits as well.
But it's
this man.
It's an entire movie's worth of an epilogue.
Yeah. Mind you, that the story that this man writes is one of the craziest, batshit, in-depth, what the fuck is going on? I can't believe what I'm seeing. How insane spy thrillers ever put to pen. Like, Tom Clancy is cute. Tom Clancy is like, how do I put this? Like, Tom Clancy is, I don't know. It's like, Tom Clancy is Dre, maybe, and Kojima is Eminem. And Kojima is Eminem for a while. So yeah, after 4, he's like, all right, I'm done. I'm over. It's gone. It's done. And Konami's like, no. You're going to make another one, and another one, and another one. So that is where the fall starts to happen. That's when you get your well, God, what was it called? The mobile one, the last mobile
Peace
one.
Walker?
Peace Walker, thank you. That's when you get your Peace Walker. So he makes Peace Walker. Super indie, super low budget, I would say. It's a very low budget game, but with that low budget, he makes one of the most in depth mobile games you've ever made. Like, when I say mobile game, I'm not saying fucking Candy Crush. I'm talking about Pokemon wishes it had the depth that Peace Walker had. Like, Pokemon is a game in the game that is Peace Walker. Almost literally. With that fucking mother base system.
I miss
Holy
my
shit.
Pokemon cards.
We all do, Jim.
I miss
We
them
all
bad,
do.
dude.
Yeah, dude. So, now that I set this all up, Bayo, if you want to finish this off.
All right, so he made Peace Walker, and I think his actual consensus with Peace Walker was he definitely wanted the stills to be the last one, but he's at the point where it's like, I already made the last one. I just made this one. It's an add-on. Please stop.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously Konami's like, no, keep going. So Kojima starts gearing up for his next one. I do want to note in between this, he also produced a game called Castlevania Lords of Shadow. And that game was not received very well at all. This will be important later. So, he goes up and gears up. He makes Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes. This is the next big Metal Gear game. It's big, it's flashy, it's a prequel that's basically a 3-hour demo. So,
Okay, we're on the outside, that's what that looks like. But on the inside, he's like, all right, if you're gonna make me do another one, it's going to be the biggest fucking game I've ever made. Because that's the thing with all of his games. Each of his games is he takes everything he learned from the last one and adds something brand new and inventive to the next one. So each one gets another piece of that, and so on and so on and so forth. So Ground Zeroes is basically cut content from the original Metal Gear Solid 5. There was all supposed to be one game, but because he was taking so long to make the last game, or to make 5, because he wanted it to be the biggest fucking thing he had ever made, and because they were throwing money at him and he was burning it in front of their faces, almost spitefully, they were like, all right, you need to release something very soon, or whatever. So he releases the demo, or the slice, basically demo of which they call Ground Zeroes. Continue.
all right. So he does that, and after that comes out, he continues work to make the Phantom Pain, which is the big version of Metal Gear Solid 5. And between that, he starts working as I want to get this right, director and designer of a new game that had a demo stealth released on the PS4 called PT.
Right.
PT is emblematic of horror games for a while afterwards, despite being a free 1-hour demo. And PT was actually the playable teaser for what would have been the next game in the Silent Hill series.
A series which was neglected for an extreme Konami. And God, that's its whole nother story.
Yeah, but it does tie into this one because
yes,
he's put in to be the director and designer for PT. He's working on Metal Gear Solid 5, and there is a certain point where Konami finally goes, you have spent way, way, way too much of our money on this thing. You're done. We're done. And they basically fire him. So Metal Gear Solid 5 is pretty much done at this point. So that comes out okay.
I would argue that it was not complete.
It was not complete. The ending was not done.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go into speculation right now. I'm just going to go with the facts.
Okay.
Because the ending was not done because you see the final mission as like a extra bonus content if you get the collector's edition, I want to say.
Yeah, you do. You get the animatic.
Yeah. And then PT, because it's not anywhere near as close as Metal Gear Solid 5 was, it just gets canceled outright. So, yeah, Konami at this point completely washed their hands of Kojima. And this is about the point where Konami really stopped giving a fuck about video games. Because they already were starting to not give a fuck, but they go hard at this point.
They do some shady shit before that. Because they did release Metal Gear Survive as the cashiest cash grab you could ever do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure those systems that were in Metal Gear Solid Survive were systems that Kojima was working on to put into 5.
Very possible.
I'm pretty sure it was possible. I'm pretty sure it was. Because there was absolutely no melee in 5, but a lot of melee in Survive, which leads me to believe that they cut the melee out just to get it out the door.
Yeah, I want to say, just looking at our current list of Konami games, it's around 2010 to 2012 when Konami stopped giving a fuck.
Right. Now, at the time, everyone knew before Metal Gear 5 was released that Kojima was let go. Like, that there was bad blood between Kojima and Konami. Like, they didn't give him a fucking parachute. They refused to allow him to receive awards that he won at the Game Awards. It's insane. And that game still went on to be a fucking banger.
Mm-hmm.
It sold very well. All of Kojima's games sell extremely well. Their budgets are high.
Incredibly high.
But they sell very well. And they have a loyal fan base. I want to know how much Survive made. Because that is a whole cloth bullshit asset flip that they did, and it was a 100% cash grab. And I want to know, when you do a Metal Gear quote unquote game without Kojima's name on it, I want to know how much of a drop that is.
Woof indeed.
Bork indeed.
Kenny, calm down, babe. Kenny.
Well, I do have rough sales numbers of the main Metal Gear series. I'm trying to see if I can find sales for Survive.
Yeah, you go for sales for Survive.
Oh. Ah, that's why they didn't report sales for this one.
Of course not.
It looks like for Survive, it's estimated that about 52,000 copies were sold.
Holy shit.
It's really bad.
Shipped or sold?
Sold.
That's
You
incredible.
do have to make that distinction.
to put into context, right? Survive, 52,000. Metal Gear 5: The Phantom Pain, 6 million.
Like that's
Yeah,
how'd they miss so bad on that?
They fired Kojima. It's really
They-
just as simple as that.
it's really just as simple as that. They fired Kojima, they made a game without him, but with all of his assets and a lot of stuff that he worked on. With an engine that he made. One of the best engines ever, game engines ever made. That's the thing.
To go off on a tangent, it is really sad that the Fox engine is also one of the things held hostage to this whole thing.
Yeah. The reason why 5 cost so much is because he made a brand new engine. That is not cheap.
No.
And that engine was the best looking engine at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even sure if anything's remotely near it now.
I would personally say RE Engine's pretty close.
RE Engine is very close.
I wouldn't be surprised if some ex-Konami guys actually worked on the RE Engine.
I wouldn't be surprised either. Because RE Engine came out very much after the Fox engine was held hostage. And a lot of
Yeah,
people
because I
left.
remember when Resident Evil 7 was first being teased, a lot of people were like, they're taking elements from PT.
Yes. Yep, you're absolutely right. Resident Evil had its resurgence because Kojima was fired from Konami. It's a 1-to-1. Like, literally cause and effect.
Mm-hmm. I think you are correct on that regard.
If Kojima had stayed and he had made PT and he had finished PT, and they're like, what the fuck is Capcom gonna do? Like, they're gonna make a PT clone? Oh no. Oh, if PT had, that's why people talk about PT as this mythical game, because it was the next game Kojima would have made, and it would have been a horror game that Kojima would have made.
And Kojima's been like teasing horror for a while.
Yes. And the demo that he released scares everyone that comes into contact with it. You cannot touch that game without feeling fear. It's PT is a different beast, dude. Had that game been fully realized, the horror game landscape would be completely fundamentally different than what it is now.
Yes, we're talking like alternate universe stuff here.
Yeah. Like, Capcom probably would have went down the road of like more action all the time. They would have been harder on like RE6 shit. Whew. And then Silent Hills would be the pinnacle of horror. It is a full, complete alternate universe. But yeah, and then to truly and deeply spit in the face of Kojima and every Metal Gear fan, they made a Pachinko machine with high-res Metal Gear Solid 3 assets. So the game, one of the greatest games ever made,
In the Fox engine, let's also make that part clear.
in the Fox engine, which they own, they made the cutscenes for a game that should have been remastered years ago. They would make disgusting amounts of money if they would remaster this game, had they remastered it in the Fox engine. But no, they used those scenes from the game with the engine that he built to make cutscenes for a fucking pachinko machine. A fucking gambling machine where you gamble little white dots, and that's it.
Also, Konami made like Castlevania and Silent Hill and Bomberman and stuff.
Yeah, all franchises that they've all run into the ground. But obviously, Metal Gear stands out because there was a genius at the helm, and he was reinventing the fucking wheel with each game.
Oh, and Contra. Don't forget Contra.
Contra. And apparently DDR and all that.
Beatmania, let's make a distinction.
I saw DDR. I saw Dance Dance.
And of course Dance Dance, you're right.
Yeah, I am right.
And let's not forget the most important franchise in all of this, Yu-Gi-Oh!
Balls.
Yu-Gi-Oh was the shit.
It was. So yeah. Konami is irrelevant now because they had the golden goose, the goldenest of gooses, and they mistreated him, they fired him, and he went on to make more games. Like he already made another game. And it was, I didn't play it. Craig played it. Craig.
I did. It's pretty Kojima.
Kojima is its own genre now. Kojima is a genre now. That is a Kojima-ass Kojima game.
Should have called it Walking Simulator Evolved. It's really good.
It's actually very good. Because you have to walk before you run, and you have to run before you get on a bike, and you have to get on a bike before you zip line, and you have to zip line to save the world. Yeah, so we will probably never talk about Konami because they will never make a game again that will pique our interest. Unless it is literally like 3 remake.
The most hopeful thing we can get from Konami nowadays is that they sell off the IPs they're not using anymore.
Correct.
Yeah, that's really the only thing that's going to happen. But yeah, they're totally fine as a company sitting on what they can do to get by and knowing that they have a plan B if things get shaky. It's very shitty.
I mean, they are a company worse than Warner Brothers. They are what Warner Brothers does not want to end up like.
Shit.
They are the dark future of what Warner Brothers could become.
Days of futures past.
Yeah. It's insane. And you've never played a Metal Gear game, right?
I played the first Metal Gear Solid.
Okay, so you played Metal Gear Solid 1, Shadow Moses.
Mm-hmm.
Did you play that? Did you play Twin Stakes or did you play Shadow Moses?
I don't remember off the top of my head. I think it was probably the Shadow Moses. I don't like stealth games too much, so I didn't get too crazy into it. I played the first one. I was like, okay, that's not my thing. Only because I wasn't patient enough as a young kid to really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, no. See, that was like my first game was Metal Gear, and I fucking loved stealth games at the time. So, but yeah, like, I mean, like the first game revolutionizes story. The second game revolutionizes twists in stories. The third game revolutionizes stealth in games. And then the fourth revolutionizes stealth again. and action in games. Like, and then 5 is the coup de grace. It's even the unfinished mess that it is still a masterpiece. The stealth, the precision, the attention to detail, and freedom in 5 is an experience that we may never see in a game ever again. I can't. It is the DMC5 of stealth games. There are so much that you could do. All of your buttons are valuable. It is insane. I would love to do some footage for 5. But yeah, that's it. Konami is unforgivable. That's what you have to take away with this. Konami is unforgivable. I'll be right back.
I also really like Silent Hill.
That's a good one.
Oh yeah,
That's a good one.
Silent Hill, that first one. Oh yeah. Let's move on to WandaVision.
Oh, Jim, you're caught up?
I am.
Great.
I absolutely am. So, Bale, how did you feel about episode 8?
Episode 8, I felt that it was needed. I think it was really needed for the setup.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was done masterfully. I thought it was really cool how they went about it, and we got to really dive deep into her background. And I was really fun. Sad, because man, she has gone through some shit. But it's definitely needed. Really, really enjoyed it.
So, who, Bayo, you said you had predictions that you were gonna talk about, or I don't know. I don't know how we want to do this because I have predictions. I know you have predictions. I don't know if we want to start making bets. I don't know if we want to start putting money on this.
I'm not putting money on anything with the show.
Mm-mm.
No. You already owe me $5 anyway, so.
I don't know. I'm very, very excited. And I don't know if we want to go too deep into it because I don't want to spoil anything for someone.
I mean, by the time they're listening to this, everyone will have already watched.
Well, yeah, the new episode comes out this week, correct?
Mm-hmm.
The new episode comes out tomorrow.
Okay. So, predictions.
Is there another villain?
Oh, I mean, if we're not counting what's his name? Hawkerson. If we're not counting him as one of those.
I think he is a villain. Yeah. It's just whether he masterminded multiple things or if someone else did.
Yeah, because I don't think he knows about Agatha. He knows nothing about her. Um,
Because it's up in the air who's pulling whose strings.
it still
Like,
is. It still is.
Agatha could have done something to the director. The director could have trapped Agatha somehow in the hex, or there might be a third that's pulling both of their strings.
Oh, and we had a dead giveaway. We should have known Agatha was something different. Everyone had their role during Halloween. And whether that be like standing there or like doing this motion over like during the spooktacular, and Vision's looking around, he's like, dude, everyone's fucking frozen, trapped and get out. You know what I mean? Like they're all in a sunken place. And for Agatha to be able to just turn around the car and drive back to where she was going, that's off.
Mm-hmm.
That's off. That's off. That's off. And I guess I should have saw that as a huge red flag right off the rip. Nobody else is driving a vehicle. Nobody else I've seen move a vehicle, but she can. And that's just, I should have saw the front, but she did such a good job, man. That should have been the red flag right there. Like, hold on, what the? How does she have that kind of free will? Because technically, if she was still there, she should have just been frozen there until the next whatever episode goes on. She didn't think shit of Vision. Like, so Vision touched her to try to, get her to calm her mind again, but she didn't think shit of that.
I mean, if Vision does that to a person who is already fully conscious,
it just does nothing.
Then it does nothing. So all she has to do is act like, yeah. Okay, what about the hex? Is the hex going down or not?
I guess if I'm going to predict, I do think it eventually explodes. I think it'll get to a point to where something will really push the chaotic power of Scarlet Witch to where we'll really get to see like a scale, like, oh, hold on. She is pissed. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think something of that nature will involve her emotions to where she won't be able to control her power. And I think the hex will explode. Now, create.
Go ahead.
And it creates Inhumans.
You think it will expand to the point where it hits all of New Jersey and it possibly affects Miss Marvel, or do you think that it expands to the point where it encompasses?
I don't think it'll encompass. I think it'll be a big enough explosion to create more Geraldines. Is that? Do you know what I'm saying?
More Monicas.
That's her name, Monica. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's Monica.
But she went by Geraldine in the show, right? Okay.
Yes, that was her character name.
Yeah. I don't know why that stuck with me, dude. So I was like, all right, Geraldine, just because it's a unique name. And I don't know of any black women named Geraldine. So I was like, cool. And but she goes back to Monica, and I was like, that's stereotypical.
All right. I think the hex encompasses the universe.
Okay.
I think it at least encompasses Earth and the Moon. At least. I think this is that is how they reconcile mutants. Or some sort of change, because there are cameos at the end of Spider-Man Far From Home that suggest that time shenanigans have happened. or universe shenanigans have happened. So I think that grows at the very least.
Right.
What about you, Craig? Hex, in or out?
I don't. My opinion right now is I don't think the hex will encompass the entire world. I don't. It will have some effect of some sort because there's obviously a lot of people in Westview, and I am leaning towards mutants being the eventual conclusion to all of this.
Yeah.
But I can't reconcile the hex becoming a entire world thing at the moment.
That's fair. That's why I kind of said the explosion. I was like, if anything, and again, I don't see it encompassing the world, but I see it just kind of like something goes down to where it's just such a power struggle. It just finally gives. It's just like boom. And then that's like, who knows how far that radius is, but whoever's in that ring is going to be molecularly different.
Mm-hmm. I feel like Wanda thinks she's in control of everything, but she's really only in control of very few things, honestly.
Facts.
And the hex is one of them. So either she makes a very, very small hex so that she can have a happy ending, or it gets to the point where the hex balloons out to the point where no one knows if the hex is real or not afterwards. And I feel like if she is going to A, live after the final episode, and B, it would be cheap for it to be just a happy-go-lucky, everyone lives at the end episode finale. I think the only question is, how big does it get? Because her grief of losing Vision made the hex the size that it was, and then the thought of losing Vision again made it grow. I don't think Vision gets out of this, and for her to have to lose him a third time, and possibly her children too, I don't see that hex coming down.
You don't weirdly think they'll try to add some like realness to it and they split? Like Vision is so upset about what's going on. If he does get an opportunity to be free, he's taking it.
I don't think that's where we're going with this.
Okay.
Oh no,
Okay.
no. Vision loves her.
I know.
And she loves. And also, he's not, like, literally when he sees Darcy and he starts asking her questions, the first question he asks is, are my children safe?
Yeah.
He's not leaving those kids.
No. And I'm not saying he is going to leave the kids. But again, it could be split. That's what I said. It could be like really real. I don't know. But no, you're right. I think of the one thing that'll rein him back in is remembering that the love that they have is a real one. And they absolutely will move. I mean, shit, she resurrected him from the fucking dead. So like she loves that man, and that that robot, and he loves her back.
He's a man.
Or he's a man. It's hard. I don't know.
He's got wet bits. He's a man.
How much of a problem is this clone about to be, y'all?
It's gonna be a nice fight.
It's gonna be a hell of a fight, and we need one though. I am about ready to see like a let's fight. I'm waiting on those fights because it was finally nice to see Vision fly. I was like, oh yeah, that feels good. All right.
I have two predictions about White Vision. One, which is the one I've been saying all along, he is the inspiration for the Sentinel program. He's a fucking Sentinel.
See, it is mutants, man. We about to see some boys. They're
Now,
creating
at first,
something, dude.
I actually thought maybe he had like the whole white thing. I thought he might have a connection to Nimrod, but the scheme's all different, so that's not what it is.
Yeah. Like, he is all white, but his pupils are black with white irises. And the only thing I can think of that is black pupils with white irises is fucking Sentinels and um Galactus. And he's not fucking tied to Galactus, so he looks like a fucking Sentinel. My second prediction is that Vision and Fission will fight, but White Vision will job to Monica. Monica is going to defeat White Vision.
I could believe that. What do you think?
I think.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
What do you think is going to eventually happen to the fake Pietro? What's going to happen with that? Is that a real person?
It's a real person. I think it was just a guy being possessed. It was just a guy that was in town that she could use to possess.
But he has powers.
She has the powers that the witch gave him, yeah.
So what I'm getting at is, do you think he'll be able to control those powers afterwards?
I think once Agatha stops possessing him, he stops having powers.
So you believe he's still being possessed?
I mean, I don't know if he's still being possessed. I think it's not a coincidence that the Halloween episode is where we see the most of him and the very least of Agatha, because she's focusing on controlling him. I don't think he keeps his powers after Agatha is done with him. Now, he might be willing, he might be a co-conspirator with Agatha, but I don't think that he's like a threat.
Okay.
Okay. Who do you think is? Oh, Craig. Well, any predictions? Any?
I got nothing right now, man.
All right.
Get back to me when I'm not dead.
Fair enough.
But yeah, so far the show's great, dude. I'm really excited about this standoff. We're about to see how this goes down.
I'm really glad you liked it.
Yeah, I do.
I
really enjoy it.
What do you think's going to happen to the kids?
So far, we've gotten a really good introduction to them. It hasn't been just plain like, oh, he's Tommy, he's Billy, and that's kind of it. Even with superpowers, they can still be pretty generic with it. I feel like we're starting to learn a little bit more about their characters, and so they're going to be around for a little bit, I believe. I don't think. And they're both seeming to figure out their own powers too, so it's not going to be like a weird jealousy thing. The kids both seem real fucking reasonable. You know what I'm saying? Like, they seem really mature. It seems like they have their dad's resolve. They're just, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Like, they're just like, oh, okay, cool. They don't get too excited. They don't get, you know what I'm saying? And the one that did, when he ran around in circles, like, still felt like he was pretty controlled.
Yeah. I don't see how this I don't see how this has a happy ending. I really don't. Like, I don't think Vision is going to make it. I'm more sure of Vision not making it than I am sure that the kids don't make it.
Yeah, I would have to agree in that regard. They don't. It's not often that they kill off kids in a show. So, like, If anyone was going to pass, I think it's Vision, or something of that nature. Yeah. They're gonna hit us with a fucking doozy though. Yeah, they're gonna hit us with a doozy, so prepare for that.
And Strange has to show up at some point. So is he there to help Wanda, or is he there to contain Wanda?
He can't help. Remember, he's one of those who kind of sees what's going on, stays out of it. So I don't see him helping too much.
Oh, I mean, if she's fucking ripping the multiverse a new asshole,
well then
he's
got to do.
He's got
to step in. Then yes, true.
Because Wanda is confirmed to be in Iron Man, or in Spider-Man 3, and in Doctor Strange the Multiverse of Madness. It is unclear if she is... It was originally said that she would be mentoring under Doctor Strange. But if she ends up being the fucking villain, then she ends up being the fucking villain of Doctor Strange. It could go either way.
Yeah, I just find that hard. I don't think she'll turn that way. I don't, anyway. I mean, it depends on, I guess, how... What if she loses everything again? What if she does lose her voice? What if she does lose Vision? I think it's a wrap.
What if she gets possessed by a Lovecraftian fucking death elder god that's been trapped in a book for centuries? I don't know.
I don't think we're talking enough about Hydra either. We have to keep in mind, they saturated us with a lot of commercials of Hydra. And I know that was a part of her past, but they're going to show their fucking head. They have to.
Maybe.
I believe so.
I think Hydra is done.
Okay.
I would love to see some sort of resurgence, but I think that they are done and we're moving on to different villains.
Sure. Okay.
I would love for fucking Wanda to be the Manchurian Candidate and to have some fucking Winter Soldier bullshit going on. That'd be fucked up. But I don't think even Hydra understands just how her powers work. And I think that's what we were shown, that they don't even know. Metal Arm, you can predict what a Metal Arm can do. You can't predict what fucking Wanda can do.
Especially
now.
Right, dude. Especially now. Oh, and guys, how did you feel about episode 8? Was great, but like Agatha figuring out, like, oh wait, so there's no way I can figure out how to be as strong as you. It's just how you are. What a waste of fucking time. Because that's what it was all about, right? She was sitting there trying to figure out, how is this girl doing this? How is she like creating her own reality? There's got to be a method to it.
How is she casting so many different complicated spells all at once at multiple distances and maintaining them for so long? It's crazy.
And then for her to come to the conclusion like, oh, I can't do it. You're the chaotic witch. Bitch, what? You should have done a little more research. But she also acted as if she knew of this. She was Scarlet Witch is a prophecy. Like, oh.
Well, yeah, it's a myth, apparently.
Okay.
So it's not something that's supposed to exist. It's just a story that someone told her that shouldn't exist, but clearly does.
Well, guys, listen, we are approaching about an hour 45. It may be time to call it a night.
I think it's time to call it a night. I think we did some good work. We explained Konami.
We explained Koji.
You did.
You did.
Very well.
We put all of that into context. If you ever get the chance, play 3. Play Metal Gear Solid 3, for the love of God.
Yeah, you don't need the context of the other games for it.
Okay.
Hell, you have an Xboxy thingy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can give you a disc.
Oh shit. Okay, cool. I can play it off this. Just can't play anything on my PlayStation. As far as disc, which is crazy.
Yeah. It's an Xbox CD.
Cool.
It's 361. I'm not sure if it'll work on your
This depends
thingy.
if it was set up for backwards compatibility, then possibly.
Fuck if I
But
know.
we'll see. I'll look into it before you send it.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, man. Like, let's say good night to all the people out there. Thanks for listening. Kind of a slow burn, this one, but informational. I would say informational.
100%.
Super excited for see how that Alien game shakes out, and Elden Ring, obviously, but kind of not as excited because I know Miyazaki got a Miyazaki. Yeah. All right. Have a good night, lovely people out there.
Absolutely. Take care. Be safe, everyone. This is Girthworm Jim signing out.
This is Beowulf saying bye-bye.
This is Draco saying good night, Moon.
Good night, everybody.